If you've ever stood in front of the seafood section holding a pack of salmon in one hand and a can of tuna in the other, wondering which one will actually do your body more good, you're definitely not alone. These two fish dominate grocery stores, restaurants, diets, and health discussions for good reason. They're delicious, versatile, and loaded with nutrients. But when the question becomes, which one is healthier? The answer suddenly isn't as simple as choosing the one that looks fresher or the one that goes better with rice. Tuna and salmon may share the same waters, but they might as well come from different worlds. Their lifestyles, diets, and even swimming patterns shape what ends up on your plate. And today, we're diving deep into the nutritional face-off that has quietly divided seafood lovers for years. Before we start comparing numbers and nutrients, let's set the foundation. Tuna and salmon aren't just two flavors on a menu. They come from different biological families, different ocean zones, and different ecological roles. Tuna are fast-moving predators built for speed, burning through a ton of energy. Salmon, on the other hand, live a more dynamic life, splitting time between freshwater and the ocean, building fat reserves to prepare for long migrations upstream. These differences change everything about their nutrition, from protein density to fat composition. What you're really choosing between is a long-distance athlete and a marathon swimmer preparing for the journey of its life. Their bodies reflect their missions. Let's begin with the nutrient everyone talks about first: protein. Salmon and tuna are both excellent protein sources, but they deliver it in different ways. Tuna is famously lean, which means you get a high amount of protein per calorie. A single serving of tuna can pack over 24 grams of protein with almost no fat, making it a favorite among bodybuilders, athletes, and anyone trying to build muscle while keeping calories low. That's why tuna is a staple in fitness circles. It's efficient fuel. Salmon, meanwhile, also delivers high-quality protein, but its natural fat content means you get more calories in each bite. That doesn't make it inferior. In fact, those fats help keep you full longer and provide more sustained energy than lean protein alone. If you want maximum protein with minimal calories, tuna gets the win. But if you want protein that comes with long-lasting energy, salmon holds its own. But the minute we step past protein, salmon begins to pull ahead fast. When people talk about salmon, there's one word that overshadows everything else: omega-3. These essential fats, DHA and EPA, are crucial for heart health, brain development, hormone balance, reduced inflammation, and long-term disease prevention. Salmon is one of the richest natural sources of omega-3s on the planet. Whether wild or farmed, salmon delivers these fats in amounts you simply won't find in most other foods. Tuna also contains omega-3 fatty acids, but the levels vary dramatically by species. Bluefin tuna is particularly fatty and nutrient-dense, but it's far rarer, more expensive, and often not what most people are buying. The more common varieties, skipjack, yellowfin, and albacore, are much leaner, which means you get a fraction of the omega-3s you would get from salmon. If your goal is heart protection, brain support, or anti-inflammatory benefits, salmon is the undisputed champion. Beyond protein and fats, both fish bring unique vitamins and minerals to the table. Salmon is an incredible source of vitamin D, one of the hardest vitamins to get from food alone. Vitamin D supports your bones, your immune system, and even your mood. Salmon also delivers B vitamins for energy, selenium for antioxidant protection, and potassium for muscle and nerve health. But one of the most fascinating compounds found in salmon is astaxanthin, the reddish pigment that gives salmon its signature color. This powerhouse antioxidant helps reduce inflammation, supports heart health, slows skin aging, and may even improve endurance performance. Astaxanthin is something tuna doesn't naturally contain, and its presence in salmon is part of what makes salmon so nutritionally unique. Tuna, however, is no slouch in the micronutrient category. It provides a large amount of B12, making it useful for energy production and nerve function. It is also one of the richest food sources of selenium, which protects your cells from oxidative stress. Tuna contains more niacin than salmon, another B vitamin that converts food into usable energy. And interestingly, tuna tends to have slightly more iron than salmon, which can benefit people prone to low iron levels. While salmon still has the edge because of its wide variety of nutrients, tuna shines in its own categories, especially for energy metabolism and antioxidant support. When you compare calories, things get clearer. Tuna wins the low-calorie battle by a landslide. A serving of tuna is significantly lower in both calories and fat. That makes it ideal for people tracking macros, losing weight, or trying to eat high protein with minimal fat. Salmon, on the other hand, has more calories, but these calories come with benefits. Healthy fats keep you satisfied longer, improve nutrient absorption, and support your heart and brain. So, while salmon is more calorie-dense, it's also more nutrient-dense. If you want low-calorie, tuna is the answer. If you want healthy, functional calories, salmon is the better choice. Another factor that complicates the tuna versus salmon debate is sourcing. You've probably noticed labels like wild-caught, farmed, Atlantic, or Pacific. Wild salmon tends to be leaner with a stronger flavor and fewer calories. It often contains more minerals because of its natural diet. Farmed salmon, meanwhile, is fattier and milder in taste. The farming process can boost omega-3 content even further, but it can also increase calories and change the texture. Farming practices vary widely, but many regions have significantly improved the sustainability and cleanliness of salmon farming over the last decade. Tuna is more consistent. Most canned tuna comes from skipjack or albacore and is typically wild-caught. But sustainability is a complicated issue. Some tuna species, like bluefin and big eye, have been heavily overfished. Skipjack is considered the most sustainable option and is what you'll find in most canned products. So if you're concerned about environmental impact, the choice depends on species and sourcing. Wild salmon and skipjack tuna tend to be the most sustainable choices. But nutrition and sustainability aside, taste is where personal preference takes over. Tuna has a firmer, more meat-like texture that appeals to people who prefer mild, clean flavors. Raw tuna in sushi feels almost like a soft steak. Canned tuna, meanwhile, offers a lighter flavor that blends easily with mayo, spices, or veggies, which is why tuna salads and sandwiches are so popular. It's reliable, neutral, and easy to prepare. Salmon, however, delivers a richer, buttery taste that stands on its own. Its fat content makes it naturally satisfying, whether it's baked, grilled, smoked, or eaten raw. Smoked salmon, for example, has a depth of flavor you simply will not find in tuna. The fat also helps salmon hold flavors better, making it ideal for marinades, glazes, and seasoning experiments. If you like lean and clean, tuna suits you. If you want flavorful and filling, salmon wins effortlessly. Of course, no discussion would be complete without addressing mercury levels. Tuna, especially albacore and big species like yellowfin, tends to have higher mercury levels because they live long lives and sit higher on the food chain. Salmon, being lower on the food chain and shorter-lived, contains much lower mercury levels. For pregnant women or young children, salmon is generally considered the safer choice. So, which fish is healthier? The truth is, it depends on what you need. If you want a lean, low-calorie, high-protein option, tuna is a fantastic choice. It's affordable, convenient, and great for muscle building. But if your goals include heart health, brain support, long-term disease prevention, or maximizing nutrient density, salmon offers far more benefits overall. Omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, astaxanthin, and healthy fats make salmon one of the most powerful foods you can include in your diet. The best part is that you don't have to choose just one. Many health experts recommend rotating fish types to get the best of both worlds while maintaining sustainability. Tuna gives you lean power. Salmon gives you nutrient-rich fuel. Together, they offer a balanced approach to eating well. So next time you're standing in the seafood aisle deciding between the two, you'll know exactly what each offers and how they can support your goals. Whether you're counting calories, building muscle, improving heart health, or simply exploring new flavors in the kitchen. Both tuna and salmon have earned their place as nutritional powerhouses, and choosing either one means you're making a smart decision for your body. Thank you for watching and joining us on this journey through the hidden stories behind everyday choices. If you have ideas for future videos, drop them in the comments. We'd love to feature your suggestions in upcoming uploads. If you enjoyed this deep dive, explore our other binge-worthy channels for more insights. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.